This hunt takes place in northern Maine, specifically in Zone 2. Maine is the most forested state in the country, and much of this is concentrated in the north. For moose, they've got hundreds of miles of livable land here, from hardwood ridges to wide open clear cuts, making this terrain very challenging to hunt in. And with only 6 days to get it done, the pressure is on.
Running and get some breakfast too. All right, what's up? Caleb, Colby.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Good to see you.
Good to see you, buddy.
Yeah.
Before the hunt, I met up with a good friend of mine, Caleb Irvin, who's lived in this neck of the woods his entire life. He's an avid outdoorsman who has a wealth of knowledge about hunting, especially when it comes to moose hunting.
About where you want to start looking. You're seeing a lot of new growth, maple shoots and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of places for them to hide in. You know,
Bed
you
down
wouldn't think that a moose can hide very well, but they become pretty invisible once they get into the woods.
Oh yeah.
So
It is nuts.
the guy that I sent into this cut saw 5 bulls in here, and they were all really nice, respectable ones.
Our day was spent doing a lot of walking, covering ground, searching for promising moose sign, gaining lots of knowledge, and a lot of good laughs along the way.
They're close. He's like a bloodhound out here. We found some good sign, and we're kind of at an intersection. This trail's kind of crossing through here.
And some softwood mixed in with some hardwood, which is I love it. Got some ponds down below that are super shallow, little wallows. This whole trail is just wet, and they've been using it heavy with how hot it's been. There's plenty of feed in around here. I can't imagine we don't see a big bull.
There's a lot of sound effects
Slowly
coming
depleting.
out of us. Yeah, we're slowly withering away for today. We've just done so much. We've been working our asses off today.
Legs are jello.
As
Morale is low.
the trackers would say, we've done about 30 miles today.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we've done. Yeah.
uphill both ways.
Just finished up the day of scouting. Very tired.
Ready for bed.
Yeah. But it was good.
All right,
Thank you,
dude.
sir.
We'll catch you on the flip.
Yes, sir.
Colby, pleasure meeting you.
You too.
After all this prepping and planning and gaining knowledge about moose hunting and scouting and laying all my pins out on Spartan Forge, it was finally game time.
We finally got camp set up. This canvas tent has kind of been a pain with the wind gusts. We were up in a higher spot with 0 trees around us, and it just didn't work. So it's set up now. I think we're good. I don't think it's gonna blow away, but this is night 1 in the canvas tent. Colby's getting the wood stove set up right now, and yeah, we're just gonna get finished unpacking and then just chill out. And tomorrow is the day to find where the bulls are at and make our plan for Monday.
We're going to, so we just had someone pull up at camp. He actually works for Irving, the logging company up here, and he gave us, he circled a few spots on the map to go check out. And so that was super helpful. He sees moose all the time up here, and living up here makes it easier, and always being in the woods logging. So we're gonna first go there and see what he was talking about, and then just scout some spots that I had in mind to make a game plan for tomorrow. But he saw 6 moose this morning, and we're just now getting our morning started, so we have seen 0, but hopefully we see maybe a couple today.
We just stopped at this cut. We're gonna go up through these hardwoods, see if there's any good sign. Probably won't spend too much time in here unless there's good bull sign, but there's a lake down below us and looks like there's some good browse up through this hardwood, so we're gonna go find out.
This tree's pretty tore up. I mean, it's nothing substantial, but still some bull sign. I bet we're bound to find more as we keep walking through this cut. It's a bull. Yeah. Yeah, dude. It's a bull. It's a young bull. Probably. I mean, it's a shooter on Wednesday. But I think like this spot is, I mean, we've seen a lot of good sign, and there's a bull standing 100 yards in front of us. That gives you like a boost of confidence. Like if you think of this as Monday morning, although it isn't, and we may not see a bull tomorrow, but we saw a bull. It's 10 o'clock now. We've only been in this cut for 30 or 40 minutes, so I feel a lot better now. What about you guys? Yeah. I feel great. All right, let's roll. We're going in to check a camera. We checked it yesterday, but might as well check it again because if there's bull on it, then that's a good sign. Well, it picked up a lot of wind, obviously. Yeah, that cow, there are 2 cows out here on
Same cow.
10/11. So on Friday night, there were cows out here. Okay, so we've done some scouting this morning. It's been pretty successful. We saw 1 bull. We are going to get into a spot that Cooper and I started scouting yesterday, but it was raining. We were getting soaked, so we backed out, but there's a lot of good sign in here. We didn't find any bull sign yesterday, but we're gonna get in deeper and just do some more technical scouting and hopefully find some better sign. The way we came in is the only way in. And there's a river kind of looping around this. So we're just kind of walking the edge, staying in this clearing, just looking for sign. And we found a lot of good sign. Yesterday, this was not here. We're gonna throw a pin on that on Spartan Forge.
Let's do this. Make sure the old moose gun's still on. Right beside the bullseye. Like maybe an inch to the left. I'll call that good.
Colby doesn't like when I put the heat at 80, ever, even if it's like negative 20. He said no, keep it at 68. Not this morning. We are on the road that takes us into the cut in the hardwoods where we saw that bull yesterday. It doesn't look like anyone's been down here this morning, but we heard a convoy of trucks like at 3 or 4 a.m. this morning. So people are getting to their spots. We're just playing the wind to see the best route into here and how we can get up above them and start calling down into all the hardwoods. So we're just gonna drive down in here and kind of see where our wind's going and make a decision based on that, but hopefully we can get on one. I say we just get up in the back of this cot. Yeah, we gotta get it in there and start calling. That's another hunter. All right, well, it's game on. I knew we'd hear that first thing, dude. All right, let's go on. Yeah, so those people are on the back side of this plantation. Damn, that was quick. Yeah, that's right above us. They just killed a bull. Bro. Yeah. Man, that's exciting. That is exciting. But also, like, that sucks seeing that they're like 300 yards away from us. So they were right off the road there. That's crazy, dude. Good for them. Sound like a girl, too. 30 minutes into opening day. Looks like it's a clearing right on the other side.
Where there's some cuts up in there, we'll take this side road out. That's about where we saw that cow. So we just got out of our first spot this morning. Unfortunately, on the back side of this, there's another clear cut, and someone shot a bull in there. They let 5 shots rip, and then you hear a girl go, woo! So good for them. First 30 minutes of the opening day, that's pretty awesome. But we're gonna move on. We've got a spot in mind where we saw a couple cows last night, and hopefully we can get on one.
At this point, I really wanted to get away from the dirt roads because we witnessed a bull get shot and it was right off the road above us. And I could tell we were in an area that was overwhelmed with hunters. And I wanted to get away from that because I really wanted to kill a bull on foot deep in the woods.
I think we work our way down and just stay, like, wrap around this. We got to get through that plantation, but then once we get around that, we'll be into that cut.
There's a bunch of slash cuts in the woods somewhere in here, but we got to get through some thick stuff first. And we're just gonna walk through those, do some calling, and hopefully find a bull.
we've seen plenty of hunters this morning. They're gonna get into these thicker hardwoods that are away from the roads. I would assume a smart bull isn't gonna get close to a clear cut or a road on a day like today, where there's just an overwhelming amount of shots and people. And I would like to find a bull out in some peaceful country like this, where he's just alone and no one's bothering him, except us.
We get back down off this ridge and we're in this overgrown cut. It's hard to see through it and we hear this bull take off.
Went that way. Yeah. It's right there. Get ready. I don't know if I should start bull calling. There's just no opening. But you can see where he was chewing on the bark back there. Well, that was interesting. We jumped to one bull. He was bedded like right in close to where we were walking through. And now we're on the road below camp, so we gotta find a good path to get back up to camp, or it's a long walk around.
So we made a loop through some hardwoods and we ended up back at camp. The weather conditions were becoming worse. It was windy once again. It was raining off and on, and we were tired because we just did 4 to 5 miles through the hardwoods.
So we found a bull yesterday scouting. And so we left the area, made a plan to get back in there. And first thing this morning, we're in the cut and someone else is calling above us. And it was literally 30 minutes into the day and they shot 5 times. And then we went out and around and it was the bull we were after. Yeah, so that happened. And then we went and did this walk down. That guy's backing up. But we did this long walk. We got into some thick stuff and we jumped a bull. And we couldn't see more than 10 feet in front of us, unfortunately.
Sounded big though.
It sounded big though. But yeah, right now it's kind of raining and we got camera gear, so we're kind of just cruising around, hoping we see something.
The rest of our evening was pretty chill. Spent doing some raking right off the road and trying to stay dry in the pouring rain.
It's pouring. We're gonna get back to camp, get everything dried off for tomorrow, unless we see something in here. That's about it. So we are back at camp. It is pouring rain, but we're staying warm with the fire. And I'm sitting here dumping windshield washer fluid into empty bottles. Reason being is either me, or I could blame it on Cooper, but he's not here anymore, left the birch bark caul that I made, homemade, somewhere today. And so we no longer have that. Thought it may be a good idea to take this thing, cut the end off, and make this into a caul. And honestly, it might amplify even better, but we just gotta find a place for the rest of this windshield washing fluid. So we're gonna make it work though.
Want a sip? That's the sack. I need more empties.
Right.
We just left camp. Originally the plan was to actually pull off right here to my left and walk up through these slash cuts and then drop down into this bigger cut and do some calling this morning. But the wind is just super gusty and swirling, and so you really can't get a grasp on what direction it's going consistently. And with thermals and everything this morning, it would have been tough not to jump something in there. So we changed our decision, and we're gonna go stand at the top of this, at the top of a trail behind camp. It's this long hill. You can see probably a few hundred yards down the hill. To the right side is a bunch of those cuts that we walked through yesterday where we jumped a bull. And so the hope is the sound will carry down through the valley, and maybe we'll call a bull up onto the road, or we want to call a bull up onto the road. It was silent, there were no people. And then our buddies that we've seen several times in the past couple of days started coming up the road. They're all like heater hunting. They've all got like the Maine moose hunt merch. And unfortunately, they kind of screwed up our plan this morning, but that's gonna happen if you're trying to hunt kind of like beaten paths and roads up here. People are going through a lot of gas this week. But we're trying to do it different. We're trying to stay off the roads and get into the woods and into the cuts. But this morning with the wind, we were just hoping might be able to call one into the road. But we didn't, so I've got a few spots in mind that we're going to try calling later this morning. So we'll see.
So after that, we decided to go check out this clear cut that I'd done some scouting in a few weeks before and only seen a couple cows. But where there's cows, a lot of times there's a bull.
It's cold and windy. It's no wonder people heater hunt. No, I love this.
And so basically, we just walked the perimeter of this vast cut to hopefully find a bull either feeding or bedding down, and really just glass and do some calling. And we were pretty miserable walking out through it. We made a perimeter around the cut, sat down for a while, did some calling, and didn't see a thing. So we got back in the truck and headed back to camp. We got back to camp and my good friend Evan showed up. And he set up camp right beside us, which I wasn't expecting. I didn't know what his plans were, but it ended up being a blessing in disguise because he was able to help us with our plan for Tuesday afternoon. And the plan was to hike across and then down this ridge to the road below our camp, and Evan would pick us up after we got through it. But
so there's like this big line. It's way over there.
Yeah.
The other side of it, Canada, moose everywhere.
Okay. Head that direction. All right. We're going to go up in here
Good luck.
and shoot one. And then we're going to bring it down to you and show you what a bull moose looks like.
Okay.
But going back that way. That's not bad.
tracking one. It's right there. Hold on. Should we call or just go towards it? It just went straight up here. I think I can still see it just barely. I think it just went straight up. Should we go up just after it? There were two of them. I never saw headgear. Like, I had maybe one opportunity right here, but I never saw antlers. They went, like, right over this knob, so I think we just keep up with them. Yeah, did you see any antlers? Yeah, I didn't see any antlers, but they were two bigger ones, so I assume it could have been accountable. We just keep going up, following them. Might push them, but it might also get us into some good country. It's just a cow. It looked like that calf. It looked like the calf. She's right in here. A lot of moose in here. I'll have to come back in here.
We got into some really great moose sign. We were finding moose, and I was super confident with these hardwoods we were hunting in, and it was just fun to get out there immersed in the wild and find these moose. And so we got out of these hardwoods without finding a bull. We saw several moose, but could never identify a bull. So Evan picked us up and gave us a ride back to camp.
Yes! Dinner! Got him. Hey, you got a 4K video of that, Evan. Nice, dude. Yeah, we needed that.
It is now 3:15 in the afternoon. Colby and I just did a pretty gnarly hike. Along this mountain, we were on this bench that was kind of midway up the mountain in these hardwoods, and we were following some moose tracks, saw a lot of good sign, and we ended up running into 4 moose. One, we don't know if it was a bull or not. I wasn't able to identify it before they took off, and we weren't able to catch up to them. The problem with where we're hunting is it's so thick, and by the time you see them, you're right on top of them, and they see you before, or hear you before you see them. So it's hard to hunt the areas that we've been hunting, but that's where they are. They're in the thick hardwoods, and like 5 or 6 year old cuts. But anyways, it's starting to rain a little, and we're pretty beat up from this morning and midday, so we're gonna actually park the truck right here, and there's this big clear cut where you can go up to the top and see down both ways. And we're just gonna bring the spotting scope up and do a little Western style freaking glassing till dark. So yeah, we're pretty pooped, but tomorrow is, well, we're not gonna talk about tomorrow yet. We're gonna shoot it tonight, right, Colby?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're gonna go spend the rest of this evening in this cut here in front of us. It is a large cut and got the handy dandy spotter, and we are hopefully going to see a moose this evening, and hopefully it has antlers, but that's the plan. Struggle is real.
Well, I'm not much of a sitter, and I'm not much of a sitter being cold, but we just spent a couple hours sitting in this cut, calling a little bit. Didn't see or hear a thing.
So Tuesday evening, we get back in the truck and we're headed back to camp, and I'm cold and tired and pretty run down. And at this point, a lot of people start losing hope. After day 2, you start questioning things. You start wondering if it's really gonna happen. But I knew I had to keep my spirits high and had to stick with the mindset that every day is a new Monday.
I really wasn't dressed right for the occasion, but unfortunately, we didn't get on anything this evening. On to tomorrow, the 3rd Monday of the week.
We're on the road, headed back to camp. We're like a half a mile from camp. And I look over to my right into this vast clear cut, and I just see this handsome bull standing there. Yeah, he's right there.
Dude, did I just drop him? Dude, did I just drop him? Oh my God. Oh my God. There is no way. Hey, no, we gotta get,
Dude, massive.
Is he down? No. I'm gonna cry, dude. There is no way he just dropped. There is.
Hey.
That's a calf.
Cow. Just checking your scope, make sure. Shouldn't be.
That's a cow.
Okay. He's right here. Jake.
What?
He's
Is he
right
down?
here, dude.
Are you serious, dude?
Dude, he's down.
No. Oh my God.
Dude.
No. No way. Dude, are you kidding me?
Dude, come here.
Oh.
Dude. Hey. He's massive.
Oh my God. God is good, man. Oh my God.
We got like
Oh my
10
God.
minutes illegal.
Are you freaking kidding me? I might want to put one more in him if he,
Here.
because he's, yeah.
Oh boy. Yeah.
Put one more in him.
I mean, he's not lifting his head.
I know, I don't want him to suffer though. Okay.
Yep, yep. Holy crap, dude. No, just let him. He's.
Oh, I don't,
Dude, you couldn't
I'm speechless.
ask for a better bull.
Are you kidding me? I need to get a hold of like, dude, my freaking dad's up here, my mom's up here. Like, they're somewhere. Oh, man. Woo! Oh my God. Is this even real? Is this even real?
Dude, the crazy thing is we throw the
Yeah.
passes off.
I know.
Across the
We
street
just
over there
sat.
for like 4
Listen to this, okay? Listen to this. We sat in a cut for the last 2 hours of daylight, and at 5:15, I said, "I'm cold. Let's get out of here." And we drove up to this guy at 6:05.
You shoot from the road?
Yes, and he dropped.
Got the footage of it.
And yeah, dude, that's a big bull. That's a big bull. I can't believe it.
After all was said and done, all this effort we put in on foot through these hardwoods, being soaking wet and tired, in the end, I ended up shooting this bull off the dirt roads, half a mile from camp. Technically, I guess we were heater hunting. The moment I saw that bull drop, it really just felt like a pause. And it almost felt like the end. The end of all the prepping and the planning and the scouting and the hunt. It really didn't end there, but it was like this huge weight lifted off my shoulders. It was bittersweet, and just walking up on that bull and seeing the 52-inch spread of a true monarch of the northern Maine woods was a dream come true.
All right, what are we doing?
We're about to, I'm about to quarter my first moose ever. Got the bags, we got the game bags, we got the pack frames. I've never done this before, but I've watched the Maine IFW video about a dozen times now, so should be able to do it. But I've quartered several animals, never a moose, and never a moose of this size. So we're gonna give it a shot, and I got a whole audience to watch me. But let's go.
Sweet.